Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Rahul Pethe. Today we are going to discuss about the architecture of IoT. First, there are four major layers. We start from the bottom. It's a sensor connectivity and network layer, layer 1, and then on the top of that is the gateway and network layer, layer 2. On the top of that, the management service layer, layer 3, and on the top of it, that is application layer, layer 4. If you look at what is in here, we'll see that the sensor connectivity and the network, there is a 4 network sensor actuators tags, which includes RFID and barcodes and other type of tags as well. At the gateway and network layer, we are talking about the wide area network, mobile communication network, a Wi-Fi, Ethernet, gateway, and things like that. For example, any other communication devices. We'll see the another management services, and these are the device modeling, configuration and management is the major focus on by using IoT, data flow management, security control, which is need to provide the management service layer, and then we reach the overall application layer. This is where we have energy, environment, healthcare, transportation, supply chain, retail, surveillance, and many more endless application. And in order to understand, we need to look into each of these in detail. If you look at the sensor layer, this provides the sensor connectivity and the networking. At the bottom, it start with the tags, which includes RFID and barcode. Then on the top of it is a sensor and actuator. This is the part that has solid state, catalytic, and also gyroscope, photoelectric, GPS, photochemistry, infrared, accelerometer, and things like different types of the devices. On the top of it, where we get our network connectivity, and that is like LAN is a local area network, which is like Wi-Fi and Ethernet. Wi-Fi for wireless and Ethernet for wire local area network. And then for our personal area network, which are the smaller scale network, which have on the wired and wireless side. But we focus here on the wireless, which includes ultra wireless band, UWB, Zigbee, Bluetooth, 6LoWPAN, and there are other wireless and wire technology. Now we'll see about that the sensor layer. The sensor layer is made up of sensor and smart devices. Sensors which are going to collect the information of physical data which is available in a free space. The real-time information to be collected and processed by the microcontroller. Sensor use low power, low data connectivity. This is where we need our wireless network formation to be made such that this sensor information is connected and can be delivered to a target location or the destination location for further processing. Sensors are grouped according to their purpose and data types such as environmental sensor, military sensor, body sensor, home sensor, surveillance sensor, and other sensors which are going to connect with the processing unit. Also sensor aggregator, and there are the gateway until this needs to be provided through the networking connectivity from source to destination. At the local area network, there is Ethernet and Wi-Fi. At the personal area network, there is Zigbee, Bluetooth, and 6LoWPAN. and other protocol are also get used in a wireless sensor network for IoT application. At the sensor which do not require connectivity to a LAN gateway, well, in this case, some of them may be directly connected to the internet through the wide area network. Then we look at the gateway and network layer. We are gonna reach our layer 2 at, and at this layer we can see that the gateway needs to include microcontroller, access point, embedded and operating system, SIM module, encryption and unit like that. On the top of it, our gateway network which connected the gateway and sensor information together. In this domain, we have our wide area network and our local area network. Our wide area network and local area network are the part of in this network. It includes 3G, LTE, LTAA, Wi-Fi and Ethernet. In further detail, the gateway and network layer are layer 2. This must support massive volume of IoT data produced by wireless sensor network and smart sensor devices. It required a robust and reliable performance regarding private, public or hybrid network model. In addition, network modules are designed to support the communications quality of service, requirement for latency, error probability, scalability, bandwidth requirement, security, while achieving high level of high efficiency, meaning that there are low power consumption, so we'll get the maximum data in a low power. In addition, it is important to integrate different type of network into a single IoT platform. IoT sensors are aggregated with the various type of protocol and heterogeneous network using different technologies. IoT networks need to be scalable to efficiently serve a wide area network or wide range of services and application over a large scale network, where in this large scale network some part may have different protocol and different packet types and different security requirement. Protocols are nothing but the rules for communication, and the packet size is the data size which is going to transmit from one place to another, from one source to another source destination, and it will provide the security for transmitting the data from source to destination. In here, what are the management services? Well, we have OSS, BSS, BRM and BPM. What is OSS? Is the operational support system. This includes device modeling, configuration, management performance security management. Then there is a billing support system, BSS, which includes billing reporting services analytics platform. This is for statistical analytics, data mining, text mining, in memory analytics and predictive analytics. Then there is a management services for security. Always management services for security always needed access control, encryption, identify the access. In addition, BRM is a business rules management. It includes rule definitions, modeling, simulation and execution. And then we have BPM is a business process management, which is in the charge of workflow process modeling, simulation and execution. So this is all about the management service layer, is a part of your IoT architecture. Now in the management service layer is in charge of information analytics, security control, process modeling and device management. The data management side, we need to consider periodic and aperiodic characteristics. On the periodic side, for the periodic IoT sensor data, this required filtering because some data may not be needed, and if it is not needed, then we have to filter it. But because it's periodically going to be collecting information, there is gonna be a lot of information which is required or not required. Lot of sensor data that we actually don't need, that will filter. The filter those out it, choose the ones that we need and use and actuate and provide control management based upon this type of filter. The information that has something important included inside, which is going to process and transmit or receive by the node. Then comes aperiodic events which triggers IoT sensor data, and this may require immediate delivery and immediate response. For example, patient medical emergency sensor data. If you find something in which is wrong with your heart, or a heart pacer is sending out a signal, well, that needs to be sent on a first top priority. That is a part of periodic and aperiodic data management. So it's nothing but a immediate delivery and response by aperiodic, and filtering response if data is required or not required depending on the priority is nothing but your periodic IoT sensor data requirement. In addition, data management and data abstraction. On the data management side, this manages data information flow. In addition, information access integration control, which all needs to provide at this data management control unit. In addition, data abstraction, information extraction process isn't required. This needs to be use a common business model, because there is going to be such a information which is going to be used for a data management or data abstraction. So you want to be able to provide an abstract view of the overall data that you actually have. So we have to manage the data and abstract the data, which is required data is available to transmit from source to destination. This is nothing but your management service layer. Now we reach layer 4, the application layer. In the application layer, first we look at the horizontal market, fleet management, asset management, supply chain, people tracking, surveillance. In order for this, what are the sectors that use this overall domain for the application? Well, environment, energy, transportation, healthcare, retail and military, home automation, and this is the major application domain for the application layer. In the application layer, various application from industry sector can use IoT for service enhancement. Application can be classified based on the type of network availability, the coverage size, the heterogeneity and the type of a network. Also business model as well as a real-time or non-real-time requirement. If the real-time data is required, then we require a RTC in our IoT services or the hardware. If it is doesn't require, then we may not use a RTC, real-time clock, which may transmit the data in a real-time format. Here we need to consider personal and home, where IoT is at the scale of an individual or a home, small, limited number of users, and so many other applications which doesn't require more data, or the personal or home data which is not that much important, but somehow it is important, then it is on the priority wise. The overall application layer needs to be focused on something appropriate for this. Then we reach the enterprise level. At IoT, the scale of a community is much large, and there are different characteristics that we need to consider once we reach the enterprise domain of the application layer for the IoT purpose. Then we go into the utility level, and here is a large number of utility level, a national or a regional scale of the IoT service support, and the data which is required to transmit from one region to another region. Now then there is a mobile one, which is device are usually spread across other domain, and this is because they have mobility, and this is also a part of IoT application. And a lot of devices that we have will be a battery operated, and they will portable IoT devices. It's a movable devices which is handy and easy to travel, and therefore they are gonna move around with us, or our car, in our train, or some other type of transportation mechanism. In that case, mobility support is very important, and the data transmission is very important to transmit the data in a movable place. So these are the part of your application layer that are nothing but your personal and home, enterprise, utility, and mobile. Now let's look at the application layer and look at it in the terms of smart environment application domain. The first thing we need to consider in a network size, and we are looking at a smart home, smart office, smart retail, smart city, smart agriculture, smart energy and fuel, smart transportation, and smart military. Even the smart defense also, the network size can be seen as where smart home, smart office, and smart retail will relatively small network size as compared to the other application. Once you reach a smart city and smart agriculture, you are going into the medium or to large scale network. When you reach the smart energy and fuel, you are typically entering a large scale network. Also a smart energy and fuel, smart transportation, smart military, well, these are the large scale network and that need to be supported. Now we look at the network connectivity. The basic unit that you can see for the smart home, smart office, smart retail are wireless personal area network, wireless local area network, and also a 3G 4G mobile communication, and the internet, which is a part of your smart home, smart office, and smart retail, is a wireless network. This is somewhat of a common for all different types of application domain is included in this type of application. Once you go into the smart retail, where in this domain RFID and NFC becomes very important. Also you can find many uses application, different application in smart city as well. When you go into the smart agriculture or smart energy and fuel, smart transportation and smart military, you are dealing with the much large network cell, and in this case mobile communication, wireless LAN or wireless PAN may not be enough to handle a data. So satellite communication enters in this domain. In addition, for this energy and fuel, microwave multi-hub relay links may be needed and used. So these all are the part of smart environmental application domain in the application layer. The bandwidth requirement is completely the part of your smart environment application domain. So this is all about the data. The bandwidth requirement, well, smart home, smart office, and the smart retail, relatively these are small network, so the bandwidth, the data rate, the requirements are relatively small. Once you reach a smart city, smart transportation, smart military, well, the data rate are much higher. There are the large scale and they will need broadband bandwidth support. for smart agriculture, smart energy and fuel well. And for this type of network, typically their sensor data units are relatively small, and therefore even though they have many modules, many nodes, surveillance and a large area which includes the part of a network, since the actual data segments are relatively small, they are metric data information, so therefore the network bandwidth requirement are relatively medium in size. We can use a wire and wireless network including Wi-Fi, 802.11 protocol such as 802.11a, B, 802.11g and 802.11p. Is considering 802.11p is considering to wave for vehicle network, and 802.11a and C and A and D which support much higher data rates. So we can include, or we are talking about the Bluetooth, Zigbee, 6LoWPAN, and these devices use the 802.15.4 protocol, ultra wireless band technology and other things as well a part of this protocol. So we will use the different types of protocol for transmission of data in the architecture of IoT. We can see here the example where we have when operational management, customer data center, then we have a cloud where we can arrange the data and then it will get distributed to the native AWS services. This is AWS global infrastructure, will maintain the database. It's nothing but your extended Oracle real application cluster on Stretch cluster for VMware cloud on AWS. It's a reference architecture. Thank you one and all.